Hello everybody and welcome to another video. And today we're going to go a little bit silly, I think. Today we're going to be looking at a band called Tardigrade Inferno. I only found out about them very recently. Tried to do a little bit of research on them, and there's surprisingly little information out there about them. But Tardigrade Inferno, what I have found out, are from St. Petersburg, Russia. They are a mix between dark cabaret and metal, and sort of avant-garde metal, and yeah, that's about all I could find. I mean, the name Tardigrade refers to those tiny little creatures. I think they're also known as water bears, creepy little ugly creatures, which seem to appear on the and in the artwork for a lot of their music. So there's that, but that's about all I could really find about the band at all. Now, when I say we're going to go silly, it's not just because the band has a silly name, but the track we're going to look at is a track called We Are Number One, which some of you might recognise, as it is actually a cover of the song sung by Robbie Rotten on the children's show Lazy Town. So yeah, it's not going to be a very serious track. There's not going to be a huge amount of depth to the lyrics. It's just going to be a bit of good old fun, I think. So let's have a look, shall we? Let's just jump into it and see what we've got. So, We Are Number One, Tardigrade Inferno.
Something else. Now watch and learn. Here's the deal. The slip and slide on this banana peel. What are you
There you go. A bit of a silly video for you. So that was Tardigrade Inferno, We Are Number One. Obviously, not a very deep or meaningful song. Just a little bit of fun. Although, saying that though, the performance was actually pretty good. Her voice is actually very good. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Gwen Stefani in her No Doubt era when they did Tragic Kingdom. It reminds me a little bit of that at some points. But she's got a great voice, and the music is just brilliantly performed. It's a good bit of fun, you know, it's a good little bit of a groove. So, Yeah, that's actually really, really good. I mean, if you've heard like the original "We Are Number One" and then listen to that one, you know, it's not really that far different. I mean, obviously the background music's a bit heavier and it's a bit more intense, but it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? I mean, they do have a lot of original material um, floating around, so I'm going to have to check some of that out at some point. But you know, silly little song, brilliantly performed, all in it, all for a bit of a giggle. Why the hell not? Um, so yeah, I mean, there isn't really much I can say about it. I just thought it would be a bit of fun, you know, just before the holidays, just to have a little bit of a silly video, and yeah, we'll leave that as it is, I think. If anybody would like to suggest a track for me to react to, then please do so. By all means, you can drop a comment in the comment section below, or message me on my Facebook or my Instagram. You could also message me through my Patreon, where you could also help to support this channel, help me create future content and the like. There is also a option on my Patreon where you can get your suggestion rushed to the front of the list and get it done, get it reacted to quicker. There are limitations to that, however, and that's just to be fair to other people who recommend songs through normal manner, such as like you can only do it once per month, just to be fair to everybody else. And anybody who is suggesting a track through the normal means, there is a chance it'll take me a while to get around to your track, since, you know, I get suggested so many every single day. My list grows ridiculously fast every single day, so I can't keep up with it. I can't record as fast as I get the suggestions, but I do write them all down, so it will get done eventually. It's just going to take me a while to get around to it. Also, Metalhead Reacts is a proud supporter of the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, a British-based charity whose main goal is to put an end to hate crimes, mainly those involving people of the alternative culture. It's something that I think is very, very important, something I feel very personally attached to, and something I think definitely needs more attention bringing to it. It needs to be spoken about more. Because every day all over the world, people of the alternative community are getting violently attacked purely because of the music that they listen to or the clothes that they wear, and it's unacceptable. You know, every day we hear about all these other hate crimes like racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, ableism. You know, all these sorts of things. We hear about these every single day, from the most heinous of these crimes to the like lesser crimes where someone's just shouting an insult at someone across the road. You know, we hear every point in the spectrum about these crimes. But we're not hearing about these people that are getting violently beaten to within an inch of their lives, sometimes being hospitalised, sometimes having bones broken, you know, sometimes having life-threatening injuries. But we're not hearing about it because nobody's talking about it. And that needs to change. The last time there was a widespread coverage of an event like this happening was when Sophie Lancaster and her boyfriend Rob Maltby were so violently attacked. They were jumped by a group of 5 or 6 people and violently beaten, kicked, punched, had their heads stamped on. You know, and they both ended up in a coma. Rob Maltby, thankfully, he survived. He was in a coma for around about a week, maybe a little bit longer, I can't remember exactly. Sophie Lancaster was in her coma for 13 days before she eventually succumbed to her injuries. She was murdered because of her taste in music. And this happened 12 years ago, and there hasn't been any coverage of any such thing happening since then. But I can guarantee you, in fact, I know for a certainty, there has been more events like that. There have been other people attacked, like, violently, just because of their taste in music and clothing. You know, and like I said, nothing's getting said about it, nothing's getting done about it. You know, there's not enough attention being brought to this fact that this is happening, and that needs to change. You know, people need to know that there are consequences to their actions. People need to know that they will have to face penalties for committing these crimes, because at the moment they're just getting away with it because nobody is talking about it, so nothing is getting done. And that really needs to change, and that's what the Sophie Lancaster Foundation is all about. They want to put a stop to this. They don't want another family to go through what they went through when they had to watch their daughter slowly die over the course of 2 weeks. You know, They want to stop what happened to Sophie ever happening again. It should have never happened in the first place. And, you know, it's something that really needs to be addressed, you know. Violent attacks on people, people getting hospitalised, sometimes getting seriously wounded, like either through weapons or just beating. It needs to stop. We cannot allow it to go on anymore. If you'd like to find out more about the Sophie Lancaster, there is a link to their website in the description below. Yeah, you can go over there, find out what they're working on at the moment, find out what their goal is, because they can explain it a lot better than I can. And if you can help them out in any way, you know, you obviously don't feel obligated to do so, but if you can help them in any small way, you know, the smallest donation through their website or something like one of these Sophie wristbands from their web store, you know, if you can help them in any small way, it would be greatly appreciated. The smallest amount can make the biggest difference, and the sooner we put more attention on this, the sooner more people start talking about it, the sooner we can help to stamp out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance everywhere. But that's all from me for now. I'm going to leave that as it is. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.